Hello, everybody. Oh, hang on, my chair's very low. There we go. It's hard getting it just right when you're a short arse. Hope the sound's all right because I've had a nightmare with this lately. Ever since Gates lashed us up with Windows 11. Rotten Politics is in. How you doing? And Mr. Gruppenführer. All right. Professor Andy Sadwings, thank you as always for moderating. I think Kate's been busy with work lately. Oh no, there she is. She's in. All right. MGH, Dave, Harris, Harold, everyone. It's quite busy tonight, so you're not all getting a name drop. Frankly, nobody's important enough for that. I can't go through everyone every stream, or it'll just be 10 minutes of Oxbridge pleasantries. It's the round window. Yeah, it's the round window. Is there a preference there? Because frankly, I don't even remotely care. But when I first started doing the BBC Spews, it always had a nice square one. And then as I've become marginally more tech savvy, which granted is not, it's like being the tallest midget in the room, I've been able to play with it a little bit. So if there is a preference and you're big fans of the porthole rather than the square camera, I'll keep it. Yes, Paz, always a good stream off Paz. Not that there's going to be anybody following me or Rotten Politics who isn't already following them. But yeah, have a look at their channels if you haven't done. Rotten Politics, you were rolling with laughter watching what? The last BBC Spews? I'm glad to hear that. It's to be honest, I don't deserve any credit for it because the absolute dross that the BBC counts as journalism nowadays is too easy to mock. It writes itself. It's indistinguishable from satire. So there's no work required. It's like picking on the disabled kid, having a channel almost exclusively devoted to ripping the piss out of the BBC. But there you go. Slip liked it as well. Oh, thanks. The praise will motivate me to continue doing it because ever since Susan got her baleful eye locked upon my channel, hardly anybody's been watching it. So it's good that people please enjoy it. I'll definitely get it up to 50, and yeah, we'll see. But it does my head in. I was getting more people watching it 12 months ago than I do now. Even though I've got twice as many subscribers. So no matter what they say about shadow ban, well, I mean, we know it's bollocks, right? They claim it doesn't happen. But you've had I think I listened to Ted Cruz talking about it on Fox News. And everyone knows I'm not a big fan of Ted Cruz. But at the end of the day, he's entitled to say whatever he likes. And I believe he said that out of 20 high-profile politicians that were blocked on Twitter, 19 of them were Republicans. So obviously we know for a fact that Silicon Valley is stifling conservative, well, not even conservative, right? Because I'm not a Southern Baptist. Centrist, reasonable opinions are getting silenced in cyberspace. Centre left, centre right, and obviously the right wing. It's not even up for debate, which again, I don't understand how perjury and all of these minor crimes, like I said, they only apply to poor people, don't they? Because if some politician perjures himself, they don't do anything about it. Some high-ranking lawyer or an MP or a business magnate, if they get on the stand and they've took the oath and then they just lie the tits off for 2 days, nobody does anything about it. Perjury is for working class people. It's like, we know the law isn't equal, hence the reason Black Lives Matter protesters were setting things on fire and throwing bricks at police officers with almost complete impunity. But it's almost every aspect of your life now. You can't do anything without them politicising it. The personal is political. Lou Van Man, yeah, you're losing views and subs as well. They're not interested in anybody who doesn't subscribe to Chomper. That's AOC, by the way. Anyone who doesn't subscribe to Chomper's fucking insane rhetoric is heavily censored, and I don't believe that it's even up for debate. Scarhead should be your new name. That'll soon heal, Nick. That'll soon heal. I'm getting on now. I don't fix as quickly as I do. Maybe that's why I don't drink quite as much as I used to either. I'm getting too old for the fun stuff. But also heavily scarred. I'm still better looking than most people on this platform, surely. I mean, it's strange to say face for radio. There are some absolute howlers on YouTube. But again, tallest midget in the room, so I'll shut up there. Shall we actually do some news instead of just ranting about Susan and all the rest of them? Before I get into the BBC, which I do obviously have to do, because that is the aforementioned title of this hastily cobbled together unscripted programme, I use the word very loosely, I want to talk about celebrities for a little bit, which is not something that I ever often touch on. I think the last year I made a proper, what would you say it, a proper edited video about celebrities. It was probably about a year and a bit ago. I remember making the thumbnail with like TMZ over it. I believe I edited it to be like BMZ or something. But obviously we don't really talk about celebrities on this channel very much. But I want to bring this story up because a couple of weeks ago, I was talking to a good friend of mine and he brought up the fact that in this day and age, people seem to purposefully, with like malign intent, they will willfully read anything you say, no matter how pleasant or warm the message is intended to be, and indeed comes across to anybody that isn't mentally ill. They will read something and then purposely misrepresent it with the most hostile intent possible, even though 99.9% of people that read it knew that you were intending to be nice with your message. But let's just have it said, it's everybody. It's 100% of people. You read messages like this, and no part of you genuinely believes that the person that wrote it, something as wholesome as what this guy wrote, nobody reads that and thinks, oh yeah, what he's really doing here is he's calling his disabled son a horrible little shit. And basically, he's trying to allude to the fact that he wants to drown him in the bath. That's not what anybody thinks. That's not what any reasonable person thinks when they read it. And the point I'm getting at is, these people are just awful. And they are uniformly woke. Because it's the woke who love this faux outrage on Twitter. It's even worse than that in some respects, because I'll show you one of the ones that I remember from a few years ago that made me laugh. And you know for a fact the guy did it in some cynical attempt to like get, I don't know, Twitter followers or something. Like, it's that dishonest and deceitful. But what the guy wrote was, if you haven't heard of this, so if anyone doesn't know, even I do, and I'm not a 23-year-old, you know, I don't read Hello magazine. That's showing my age now. I don't even know what a modern magazine is for that type of thing. But even I know who he is, right? It's the bloke out the American Office and a couple of the Marvel films, Star-Lord, right? He put this post up on his Twitter the other day, on his, is it Instagram? Yeah, Instagram. 33.5 million followers. And he said, for real, look how she's looking at me. It's just a soppy post about his missus. There she is, thinking, he's handsome and he's rich. Bonus. So obviously she's happy. And then it says, she's given me an amazing life, a gorgeous, healthy daughter. She chews loudly, but that's love. She helps me with everything, and I sometimes open a jar of pickles. Love you, honey. Basically, everything about that post is wholesome. Everything about it. Puts a little bit of humour in there that everybody knows isn't serious. I mean, I'm surprised some militant woman in comfortable shoes didn't come out and go, oh my God, he said he only periodically helps her open pickle jars. Or fucking, I don't know, women can open pickle jars better than men can. Or whatever bollocks. Because if you're going to just make shit up, you might as well do every sentence in it. But hidden in that little, 3 paragraphs, it says there, she gave me a gorgeous, healthy daughter. And those 3 words, a gorgeous, healthy daughter, were seized upon by tens of thousands of woke fascists because his previous missus was another actress who I don't care or know, Anna Faris, and they had a kid who's special needs. I believe the kid was born a couple of months premature, and he's all right. I've seen photos of him pottering about on Twitter, so he's obviously all right. But because the son from his previous relationship had a minor developmental difficulty because he was born early, they seized on those 3 words, a gorgeous, healthy daughter, and decided that he fucking hates his son. It was like, oh, look, she's given me a daughter that's not a complete spastic. Nice one. And nobody that isn't a lunatic, A, thinks that's what he meant, or B, has even any interest in pretending they think that's what he meant, because they're not spiteful, bitter, twisted weirdos who just want to shit on anything good in the bastard world. And I think it's fucking mental. So there's that. And then the poor bastard, I mean, there's people in the chat there saying, do you think he gives a shit? I think it must affect you if tens of thousands of people are hounding you. Until it happens to you, you can't really know how it would. But he seemed quite sincere when he made a follow-up post saying, like, he was actually quite depressed about it. He said, I went about kind of upset and depressed because the poor bastard tries to put a nice message on there saying, this is my nice fucking wife and I'm so glad we've got a lovely, healthy daughter, which is what every single person on fucking earth says when they have a kid. Even if the kid's got a fucking club foot and a hair lip, you still say it's healthy because they haven't given birth to a fucking puddle or a stillborn. If the baby comes out in a bucket, yeah, have a pop. But it's what you say. If it's fucking breathing, you go, yeah, a healthy son. Nobody stops and goes, holy shit, it might be a ginger. Doesn't happen. So this whole thing was disgraceful. Nice fella, trying to be nice about his missus, and it turned into a fucking internet dog pile. And it reminded me of a couple of other good ones that I read about in the past, and I thought I'd share them because they might make you laugh. They certainly made me laugh, so hence I am bringing them to you like a very ill-tempered clown. Healthy but ugly. Was that your dad? Healthy but ugly? No, I don't know. Anyway, I apologise if you are actually hideous. I apologise. That was meant to be a quip. If that's Rocky Dennis typing me messages, don't take offence. That was only a quip. Is ginger not a disability? No, it definitely isn't. I don't think. Which is fucking mad, right? Because we recently learned on the BBC Spews that a quarter of the UK is registered disabled. So maybe it is. Maybe being ginger's disability, feet above size 9 or lower than size 6 disabled, once had a bad week disabled. It seems like the bar's very, very low to get on the disabled list in the UK and get those tasty benefits. So maybe it is. Who knows? The bar is low for disability in the UK. Willow Ufgood couldn't limbo under the bar for disability in the UK. Anyway, let's go to this other story I want to make you laugh about. I hope Susan doesn't seize upon it and have a pop at me, but it's in the Independent, so I'm sure there's not many publications more left-wing than the Independent, so maybe she'll leave me alone. Does anybody remember this one? There you go, Sunday the 1st of February 2015. Everybody thought it was an April Fool's joke and they just accidentally done it 2 months early. That's how bad it was, but I assure you this was real. It was US Army said, chinks in special operations digital and physical armour pose challenges, experts say. One of the most ubiquitous phrases in history, certainly in anything to do with the military, is there's a chink in our armour. They say it all the time. All the time. Do a threat assessment when you're doing force protection for any hardened location in Afghanistan, Iraq, wherever you go. First thing the boss will say is, are there any chinks in our armour, lads? You might say, yeah, we haven't got enough air support, or I don't know, we're vulnerable to indirect fire from those mountains or whatever. And some, I'm going to put this politely, fucking communist decided to take this in the most egregious manner possible, even though, again, let's have it said, nobody, not 99%, nobody with a hole in their arse saw a post from the US Army and thought, oh my God, this is a horrific racist outburst from one of the most diverse institutions in the United States. Because I'll tell you something now, I guarantee you there's more fucking black, Asian and minority ethnic groups in the bastard army than you'll get in the Guardian headquarters or the BBC, because we know they're uniformly white middle-class arseholes. The US Army is actually working class because obviously the military-industrial complex pushes working-class scum like me and thee to get our legs and genitals blown off in war zones so the stock for Halliburton and Lockheed can climb a bit higher. So the US Army is probably more diverse than any fucking thing in the United States. More diverse than Congress, more diverse than the Washington Post and the New York Times. That's just a fact. So, what a load of bollocks. And it was indeed pushed by, look at this guy, another twat on Twitter. Excuse me, we no longer refer to foreign people in derogatory terms. Seriously, I read this 5 years ago, and this is one of my old Twitter accounts because I've had to go through a few. I remember having a pop at this guy on there saying, like, you are just a worm, aren't you? You are just a fucking oxygen thief, a human toilet with feet. Like, you know that they don't mean that. And you're whipping up hysteria because you think it might make you popular with the wokists on Twitter. Like, you're not going to really get anything out of that other than it's not like he's going to go, all right, we don't use that term anymore, send me $100,000. He knows he's not going to get monetarily compensated for it. He's purely doing it for some sort of kudos points from the woke chums on the wokerati on Twitter and Facebook. I mean, you've got to be a piece of shit to do that when you know you're causing a massive incident and whipping up prejudice and hysteria and all the stuff that comes with it just to get a little bit of digital backslapping by purple-haired, morbidly obese, fucking militant wokists. Why would you do it? Well, I'll tell you why. Because you're a rat bastard. That's why. So that's shocking. And there was numerous people trying to jump on this bandwagon to the point where the Army Public Affairs Officer had to come out and say, that's not racial. Nonetheless, based on feedback from some followers who expressed offence, we deleted it. And again, how many times have I said this? What needs to happen is people in positions of authority need to never, ever, even remotely consider apologising or deleting anything that they post in good faith, which, if they were to just grab a man off the street and say, read that, anything wrong with it? If you knew that what you posted was fine and there was no offence intended and you didn't do anything wrong, fuck 'em. That needs to be the attitude. And I feel as if public opinion has evolved on this so quickly that whoever is brave enough to start doing it at a big corporation or company or institution is massively going to do themselves a favour. Because people have had enough of it. The US Army should not have put, based on feedback, we've deleted it. It was not our intention. The US Army guy should have said, listen, fuck knuckle. The Army is more diverse than any lefty fucking, what do you call it? A happy clapping circle that you daft, wokist, fascist twats partaking. So suck my fucking plums. I mean, obviously I'm paraphrasing, right? I don't expect that type of language, but that needs to be the message. Lieutenant Colonel Conway should have wrote something along the lines of a more politically correct version of, you fucking sad cunt, smoke my fucking chubby. That needs to be the message that comes from, see you later. That needs to be the message that comes from anyone in a position of power, any CEO, because it's fucking ridiculous. And I cannot believe, look at that, even though the post was deleted, the US did not issue an apology. Fuck me. Well, apologise for what? For talking like a normal fucking human. And, right, okay, I'm nearly done with this because I talk for ages like I always do when I'm ranting. Here is the bit that will make you laugh, because another story about aforementioned, I'm not even going to use the phrase, but I'm not talking about the military, because I think with the military, obviously you can get away with it. Nobody can construe it the way it is. But here is the aforementioned phrase where I'm willing to meet the woke halfway and say maybe there was a bit of malevolence intended. Are you ready? Disbelief over Wall Street Journal's use of it. Oh, they haven't even showed it. Where is it? Oh, man. Oh, there it is. It's on there. But yeah, it was about Xi Jinping. Oh, here we are. Oh, look, can you even see that? That was the tweet. There we go. You can just about make it out. They've obviously hid it everywhere. No one wants you to see it. So there we right. In that instance, I'm willing to meet the woke halfway and think, yeah, again, because I'm not fucking right wing. I'm a reasonable centrist. In that instance, I'm willing to concede. I would meet them halfway and say, yeah, maybe that one was malevolent, so we should delete it. But every other instance, definitely not. All right? Definitely not. And I'll get rid of that before it upsets anybody. Chase Bank got one because they put Monday motivation. Apparently, that drew social media outrage. It says, Chase Bank's effort to provide a little Monday motivation backfired after a tweet pushing people to be fiscally responsible was widely criticised as poor shaming. Poor shaming. Our Monday motivation is to get better at Monday motivation tweets. Thanks for the feedback. The since deleted tweet offered a hypothetical conversation between a bank customer and the bank. The customer asks, "Why is my balance so low?" And the bank account replies, "Make coffee at home, eat the food that's already in the fridge, you don't need a cab, it's only 3 blocks. Fucking, is that not wise financial advice for someone that's shit with money? Is it not? Is this not related to the point the Bootneck has made 500 bastard times? If we constantly criticise people for giving you good advice, the only thing that will ever come out of anywhere is terrible fucking advice. This is why we've got an obesity crisis, right? In the 90s, we didn't have as many obese people because the doctors used to tell you off. It's not like in the 90s we didn't have fucking donuts. We didn't just invent them in 2018, you thick bastards. We've always had pies and donuts and pints. It's because of this infantilisation of the general public. Now, if you're fat, like, have you heard this? They got rid of Cookie Monster on the fucking Sesame Street because they've looked around themselves and gone, holy shit, you know, everyone's a bit fatter than usual. It must be that cunt Cookie Monster's fault. So now Cookie Monster comes on with his fucking boss-eyed cunt that he is, and he's like, fuck cookies, eat carrots, you cunts. Are you having a fucking laugh? It's Cookie Monster's bastard fault. You're a thick, ignorant, fat fucker. No, it's not. It's you, fatty. If Cookie Monster was breaking into your house at 4 o'clock in the morning and injecting fucking vegetable oil into your Perrier water, then it's Cookie Monster's fault. But no, it's you. It's not Cookie Monster. And this fucking ridiculous shit is all linked to it. Every attempt you make to fucking help, educate, train, build discipline in people is shot down in flames by woke cunts, and nobody gets it. The thing all about it's just a bad-tempered bastard who's always going on about the lefty. It attacks every aspect of your society. It ruins your marriage, your health, your relationship with your children, your job, your finances, your bank balance, everything. Because clever people thought of these doctrines and they did them to severely weaken your society. It's not just what people think it is, what the normies think it is. It's not just everyone be nice to each other. Yeah, it is poison your fucking society and eat it from the inside out. And if you were a fucking woke communist shit cunt, you will wreck society. Like I said, it's way worse than people think. It doesn't just inevitably lead to a few people getting locked up for nothing and not allowed really to say what you want. It poisons everything. Everything. Because everything good in the world that's based around motivation is destroyed. Be fat, it's beautiful. Be ignorant, it's fucking wonderful. Be poor, be stupid, be lazy, be fucking useless. Be polyamorous. Don't love your wife. Fuck that old homeless man in the street. You never know, you might enjoy it. You might enjoy it. And we're all postmodernists and nothing is true and nothing is right and nothing makes sense. Oh, you're straight? No, you're not straight. You just haven't fucked a tramp yet. Go and have a go. You might fucking love it. Fucking up is down, left is right, and the fucking sky is green and the grass is blue. These bastard maniacs will fuck every aspect of your life up. And Zuckertwat and fucking doorstop and children complicit in this shit. It is cancer. It is bollock cancer for planet Earth. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a fucking decent 27-minute rant. So I've had enough of it. That was what I wanted to make. I will do one proper news story before we leave. But yeah, that is absolutely criminal, that shit. Every aspect of it. Fake outrage. It'll ruin your life. It'll ruin your relationships. It'll ruin your health. It'll ruin your bank balance. So, bollocks. 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 Let's talk about this before we leave. Oh yeah, and bollocks. Nearly forgot. Bollocks. Bollocks. There we go. Right. Fucking Poland fears major breach by migrants on Belarus. In fact, I'm going to have to look this up on Twitter because I tell you what, I was absolutely fucking astounded at the footage. Because I was having an argument with a mate of mine on Twitter who used to be sensible. And then I believe he started going out with a Guardian reader. Because I haven't seen him. He used to be a regular in my logo. I haven't seen him for a few years. And he was totally normal back then. And now he's gone woke. And when I posted about the fact that fucking thousands of fighting age men are moving to England and we aren't vetting them, his response was, again, his response was, more people die in car accidents than get killed by terrorists. Like, that's a fucking logical response. Again, they're not sincere. They're not really offended when they see US Army tweets about armour. They're not really offended when Chris Pratt says he loves his wife and his daughter. They're not really outraged when Chase Bank says, try not spending all your money on coke and hookers, you thick, scruffy, Mick Philpott-looking, smelly, chavvy rat bastard who hasn't worked in 37 years. They are fundamentally dishonest. They don't believe anything they say. And he doesn't believe that. You can't be that fucking thick. Nobody, you Guardian readers included, you cannot be that thick that you think an equivalency. Again, they just love to play whataboutism. But when I say we are importing about 300,000 fighting age men a year, and we're not vetting them. 300,000 fighting age men, and we're not vetting them. They could be rapists, murderers, pedos, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, you fucking name it. It could be Gary Glitter with a false wig on and a burqa, right? We don't know because we don't check. And when I say, why are we doing this? He says, oh yes, but car accidents kill people. Really? We need fucking cars. We need cars. If we didn't have cars, we wouldn't be able to get to work. Right? Do we need 300,000 fighting age men? We've got fucking 300,000 fighting age men in Glasgow. 300,000 unkempt, heavy drinking fighting age men in Glasgow. We don't fucking need to import fighting age men. We've got them, and they don't get us to work. If you had to leap onto the back of a fighting age man and get a bastard piggyback to work, then let's import 300,000 fighting age men. If the horse went extinct and the car went kaput, I'd be for importing fighting age men to piggyback old women to fucking oldie. But they haven't, and they won't, so we don't. Right? Look at this video. And this is going to be your bog standard, typical fucking group trying to get into Europe. Count the women and children in this fucking group. Count the women and kids. Again, I'm toning it down. I'm not slagging any of them off. I'm not saying no. My point is, if even only 1% of them are bad eggs, you're importing a few hundred fighting age men with illicit behaviour already on their records for no reason, because we don't need to import fighting age men. We have homeless men on the streets, we have chavs in council estates, we have young lads not in education or training, we have millions of young men that need jobs and housing, education, the fucking lot. If we lived in utopia, yeah, maybe we can bring some more in. But we don't. We do not need them. And look at the video. Just look at this. Is there any sound? No. Look at the guy in the middle. With the shovel of peace. Look at him. He's like, fuck you. And he even goes as if he's going to twat the soldier with it. Just look. And most importantly, check the background. As the camera pans along, there is not a single, you can't see my cursor, there isn't a single woman or child under the age of about 15 there. That is a mass of fighting age, aggressive men, one of them wielding the shovel of fucking peace. Right? You couldn't make it up. Every single one of them. Hairy ass bloke, hairy ass bloke, hairy ass bloke, fat hairy ass bloke, hairy ass bloke in a hoodie, hairy ass bloke in a shamag, hairy ass bloke in a hoodie, hairy ass bloke with a mask on his face. No women, no kids. This isn't doctored footage. This is live footage from the Polish border. Big, scary, fighting age men. He's going bald, the fucker. What did you think? He's going Jones. Actually, he's 13. He's got fucking less hair than me, you cunt. Just look at him. He's like, yeah, with his shovel. Do I need to say anything else? Do I need to say anything else? I wouldn't advocate importing 300,000 fighting age men from fucking Wales into England. Because fighting age men are at the worst. They're at the worst age. I was a little twat when I was 18. Nothing major. When I was a little cunt, I was cheeky to people, did a bit of minor vandalism. I put more than one window through when we were playing fucking Wally at the school. Little things, because you're a cunt when you're an 18-year-old lad. For us to bring in massive numbers of unknown men in regions of the world where it's rife with Islamic extremism, indoctrination and terrorism and militant groups and gangs, and there's Albanian gangs and Somalian gangs and fucking... It is mental. It is the maddest fucking thing you will ever see. There is no good argument anyone can make. Anyone, which is why they don't want to talk about it. There's not a single good argument a left-winger can make. I'll tell you what, I'm opening it up to the chat. All you guys in the chat, you're all politically minded people. Rotten Politics, you've got a channel. Bushman, anyone. Do your best. Let's play devil's advocate. Give me one upside to letting in 300,000 fighting age men. Give me one. Do we have a labour shortage in Britain? Do we need fighting age men? Is there any upsides? Have we not got enough men in Britain? I'll wait. Anyone, and I'm being serious, tell me one good thing. Will this lower the COVID numbers or put them up? Answers on a postcard. Will this help with climate change or hinder us? We know the answer to that. They fucking breathe. So, worse for climate change. It's worse for COVID. It's worse for climate change. It's worse for crime. It's worse for women and girls. It's worse for women and girls. It's worse for poor communities because 99% of them have only got a high school level education or less. There is not a single positive, not a single one. And the laundry list of negatives, I can reel them off without even trying. They need housing. Council houses are going. They need doctors. They need dentists. They need jobs. They need state resources. They need money. They need girlfriends and wives. They've got full bollocks. They're young men with big swinging balls. What are they going to do to get rid of their fucking baby gravy? Well, I'll tell you what. You best lube the fucking kids up because they're coming. And they need fucking emptying. And unless Diane Abbott's going to drop to her knees and service the fucking lot at Folkestone, although she could probably do about 40 cocks at once with the fucking hippo's yawn that she's got on her. What can we do about it? We've got enough I'll tell you what, MGH, that could have been we've got enough takeaways. There's fucking loads of them. Told you to, I mean, I've noticed it. I went to Middlesbrough last time, it's fucking gone downhill. And I tell you what, that's a very, very, very steep fucking hill. For Middlesbrough to go downhill, I mean, it was already like Mogadishu. How does bastard Middlesbrough go downhill? But it fucking is. I was stepping over the dead babies to get to fucking the pub last time I was home. There's nothing. All you get in Middlesbrough now is kebab shops and fucking barbers. Turkish barbers and kebab shops. That's all there is there. It's unbelievable. So, we've answered it. There's nothing good to come from it. There's nothing good. I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm not saying some of them won't be genuine. But unless you can guarantee the safety of your people, it is irresponsible to let them in. Fighting age men, thousands, 800 or 900 every single day for months. Someone in this fucking chat will be a victim of this. If 300,000 men a year come in, one of you is going to get burgled or stabbed or stolen from. Your bike's going to go missing. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, kids get fingered at the fucking park. Emily Jones, Sassy, and all the little women and kids in Manchester. Whatever. Worst case scenario, fucking full-blown death, torture, misery, rape, murder. Best case scenario, minor crime, vandalism, drain the economy. They all need our council houses that working class people can't get. They need low-skilled jobs that working class people can't get. There is no positives at all. At all. And it's a fact. Again, it's a fucking fact. Someone in that crowd of fighting age men will be a cunt. And none get deported. I listened to it on Peter Whitty's channel the other day. None get deported. Number of deportations in a year? 0. because they know to destroy all the documents. The governments of the countries they're from don't want them to leave, so they won't ever say, oh yeah, that's one of ours. That's one of ours. Send him back. We're not sending back surgeons and teachers and fucking pilots. We're sending back young fighting age men with high school educations or less. There is not a single positive to come from it. And it is criminally negligent. This is the point I've made many times. If my kid got blew up by the Libyan Manchester bomber, when our government knew his parents were jihadis and they let him in anyway and they give him a council house in Manchester anyway, I would sue the fucking state. I don't see how the state is not responsible. They knew his parents, Salman Abedi. I even know all the names now. Again, these Guardian readers, you're ignorant. You're fucking ignorant. I read more newspapers in a week than any 10 fucking BBC journalists. I guarantee you that. I've memorised the names and the dates and the places because I'm passionate about it. Because I get angry when little fucking girls get decapitated in a bastard park in front of the parents by a human fucking toilet that had absolutely no right being there. Yes, it makes me a little bit angry. Seeing a small girl's fucking face and knowing she's no longer walking the earth because of the criminal negligence and stupidity of ridiculous left-wing ideologues and incompetent brainwashed civil servants like Sir Philip Rutnam and pretty bastard Patel and every other one of them. So, yes, I'm a bit angry. Dead kids make me angry. And I'm the fucking bad guy. The fact that Owen Jones and Ash Sarkar and the Director General of the BBC and Boris fucking Johnson read about butchered children and go, oh yes, but the Daily Mail fucking astounds me. They've got to be sociopaths. Little girl, look at a picture of Emily Jones, and if you don't get angry, you're fucking dead inside. You haven't got a heart, you've got a lump of coal. You're a fucking sociopath. A little girl gets fucking nearly decapitated in front of a mother and father and you go, what are you talking about? Not the ones with meat cleavers, you cunt. And we can't guarantee the safety of anybody because we can't vet them. So therefore, no. No, they aren't. And if there weren't, Emily Jones would still have a fucking head attached and Sassy wouldn't have been spread across a wall in Manchester. So don't tell me, ooh, you're a bit heartless, Bootneck. No, I'm worried about little girls, not hairy-ass blokes. They can fend for the fucking selves, thank you very much. It's what I've had to do for 40 years. Fuck me. Anyway, I'm going to call it there, because the more angry I get, the more fucking chance I've got of Susan sending the bastard boys round. There'll be a sniper on my fucking porch by the end of the week. I just want to draw your attention to one of these blokes on here. Look, where is he? Fatty there. Look at him, buffalo ass, stand behind the fella with a shovel. Does he look like he's ever missed a fucking meal? He probably ate 2 kids to have the strength to get to the bastard board. Unbelievable. Oh, we're all hungry and starving. Ooh, kebab. You're not starving, fatty. Don't talk shit. Right, I've had enough. I'm raged. I've lost me fucking rant. This has gone from funny to extremely angry. At least I'm living up to my namesake. Oh, shit, I've ruined my rebrand. I mean, I'm pissing all over my namesake. The tolerant, liberal Bootneck. Ha-ha. Right, I'll call it there. I'll go and get rogered senseless by my paratrooper gimp. He's a good lad. He always pushes my buttons. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, as always, for watching. I'm actually sweating a bit there. I'm so fucking annoyed. Right. Everyone, Blue Van Man, Sad Wings, thanks for moderating. Rotten Politics, Paz, anybody else who I haven't given a name because you're not important enough. Thanks a lot for watching it. I'm glad you enjoyed the BBC Spews. I will make sure I do another one this weekend. If I get the chance, I have to put the caveat in because sometimes I need to go binge drinking to get over the fury. But I'll try and get one done this weekend. I'll try and do another stream tomorrow and I'll see you all very soon. All right? Good night.